So you're looking for a cheap lens for your Lumix or your L-mount camera? I think I found the one for you. Let's get into it. So I'm going to start by saying that I'm a complete amateur. I'll be the first one to tell you. I have been shooting Lumix cameras and, pretty much Blackmagic. I had some Canon cameras in the past for over the last 5 years. I've wanted to be a videographer, and I have spent a lot of money on things that I should never spend my money on, to be honest with you. I've thrown away money. That made me really skeptical to buy this Meike f2.0 lens. It's a 35 millimeter. And, I was just kind of thinking like, hey, do I really want to waste my money to want to buy another quality lens? So generally, I've been buying the Lumix S lenses. They're like, I got a 50, an 85, and a 100. I also have a bunch of other lenses that I use. So like, for example, this is an anamorphic lens that I'm shooting on right now, a Blazar, I think 45. So I'm kind of picky when I'm buying lenses. I just want them for a specific reason. It's just like a tool for the job. And I really wanted a 35 millimeter. I think that it's a good focal length. When I'm using my zoom lenses, I kind of stay at that range. So I decided to buy a prime lens and not necessarily break the bank, just to make sure that I was actually going to use it. That's one thing you should do. Just, either rent something or borrow something from somebody before you go and buy it, because it could be a total waste of money. But anyway, this Meike lens is got great autofocus. It's lightweight. It weighs just as much as probably my 28 to 200 here. It's not heavy. The autofocus is super snappy. It's not weather sealed. I don't think it is, and it has a 52 millimeter filter thread, which is kind of a bummer because I have a bunch of 67 millimeter filter threads, because all the Lumix lenses come with the 60. I mean, all the ones I've been using come with the 67. So the S lenses, all the primes come with the 67. My 200, my 20 to 200 comes with a 67. My 20 to 60 comes with a 67 millimeter thread. So I wish it came with that, but for the price, $179. Why am I even complaining, right? Like, just buy the damn thing. I actually had a 52 laying around, or I could step it up to a 67 or something like that. So it's a mood point, I should say. Now, I've been using it for, I don't do photography, so I do mostly videography. So I've done some talking heads videos with it. I've actually traveled with it down to a job that I did down in Maryland for my primary job a couple of weeks ago, and I think it works great. I like the focal length. I think for the money, I think it's absolutely awesome, and I'm getting some really cool, like, I'm getting something pretty cool out of it. It has kind of like a vintage look to it. Once you kind of get it in there and put it in your editor, you'll notice it's not like super sharp. Like, it's a little bit, dull, I should say. But, again, for $179, what am I expecting, right? I just want something that shoots in 35, and that actually, to be honest with you, the default autofocus worked well, because I was using it mostly for talking head. I wanted it as a second angle. Now, I'd recommend this to anybody who I would recommend this over the Lumix S lenses, especially if you're starting out. Like, if you're a guy like me who is kind of like self-funding, your adventure here when it comes down to video, I would probably get, I don't know what other lengths they make. I think they make like a 100 or something like that. I have to look into it. I would probably just get this one. Get a 35. If they have a 50, grab a 50. As a matter of fact, I know they made the 50. So I would get the 35, I get the 50. If they have an 85 or 100, I would definitely go for it. You would get all three for $600 for the price of one. In f2.0, I mean, what am I worried about? Like, realistically, I shoot at f2.8 all the time. I don't really go down into those lower f-stops unless I absolutely need it. I think that, bokeh's a little overrated sometimes, to be honest. I think that it's good to show a little bit of the background so that people kind of get I mean, at least for me, I kind of want people to get an idea as to where I'm at, or where the person's at. If they're in the park and it all looks blown out, how could you really tell they're in the park, right? It could be a park, it could be a tree that's behind them. You will never be able to tell if it's all blown out. So even though I do like my Lumix lenses, I think that if I had to choose that over this, I would probably choose these. Maybe that's what makes me an amateur, that I'm not, maybe there's something that I'm not seeing here. But for quality and price, I think that obviously the Lumix lenses are going to last a lot longer. But a lot of these Chinese companies I've had success with. I used to buy the Micro Four Thirds lenses, all the manual ones, from like $100 to $75, and I used to just throw it on my GH6 and call it a day. With the autofocus, obviously the autofocus with those cameras didn't work, so it really didn't matter. But with ever since I got the S9, the S5, and I'm getting S1 2, I want to make sure that my autofocus works well. So I cannot complain. It does at times, depending on the mode, it could kind of act a little funny, but it's only done it like once to me over the last couple of months, so I wouldn't really worry about it. And if I'm being 100% honest, my S lenses kind of do the same thing. So I don't know if it's the autofocus system itself and not just the lens. So, that being said, I am going to be, keep reviewing, keep talking about, my videography journey here on YouTube and how it's going. And yeah, so I just wanted to kind of go over this and talk about this lens real quickly, just to, if anybody's looking for one, absolutely buy it. I'm going to leave an affiliate link down below. Obviously, I don't make any money off of it. Really, it just kind of, not real money, I should say. There's like a couple of cents or something you get. But it just helps out the channel to keep me making these videos, and I hope it helped. And if you guys have any, desire to follow, I would appreciate it. Subscribe. Thank you. Catch you in the next one. Peace.